Our next contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall.
Move, you're right there.
And his opponent, from Westport, Massachusetts, weighing 165 pounds, he is the future Jamie Tucker.
Looks bright indeed for this kid, but you know what? I'll be the one to put it into words. I'll actually somewhat verify what the skeptics have been saying all along. Tucker's been here for a while. Tucker's had the spotlight put on him a few times. He may be young, but he's not young to this sport, and some would say at this point in his career, he should already be leaps and bounds ahead of where he is.
I looked him in the eyes and I asked him, how much longer are you going to call yourself the future? Is the future now? And he looked me in the eyes and he said, yes, my time is now. And he's proving it. Week after week, month after month, he is putting it down here in the Chop Shop. You know what? These are two men in the youth movement here in the RWA, and this could go either way.
I could not agree more, Commissioner. You know, we've got ourselves one half of the Middlesex Express who's turned over a new leaf as well. You got Jamie Tucker, who wants to break out of the shadow he may have cast for himself by decisions made in prior years. But, you know, a lot of people are really quick to hold one's past against them. Let's see just what kind of present these two are living in.
That's why I'm all jazzed up. That's why can we just talk about the fact that this place has the power to show people to reinvent themselves, to revive themselves, to heal themselves, and find a new lease on life. That's what both these guys are doing here. Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon has reinvented himself, but Jamie Tucker has the chance of a lifetime to right those wrongs of his past.
You're spot on, Commish. But now here's the thing. You look at Pimp Daddy, you look at Tucker, they're somewhat very similar. I mean, some people have said that they've got a ton of potential, and they really do. They're both very athletic. They've got very lean builds to one another.
They're both taking some chances on the outside here. Oh!
Whoa!
And the Pimp Daddy eats the rail, and then he eats a boot.
Spun inside out by the future.
Oh! Sidewalk slam on the apron, and the future's looking good. Oh! Back kick. Forearm.
And I've seen a lot
style
of that.
Pele.
I've seen that. I'm going to cut you off, Commissioner, but I've seen a lot of that footwork fall short. Tucker's looking strong right now, and I really like it.
Beautiful, precise super kick to the side of the head.
Very good form. Very good form.
Oh, yeah, he took him straight out while he was seated, no mercy style.
Apple Cinnamon now evades the charge by Tucker, stops him dead in his tracks.
This is some good back and forth, Rossi.
Swinging neck breaker.
Nice
Cover
and
here.
tight. Nice tight wrench on that neck breaker.
A lot of people have said the new leaf by Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon is not one to be taken seriously, but I feel as if now, since the bell is rung, this guy's been all business.
Absolutely. The last time he was here, he was absolutely impressive against Hotshot Deshaun. Those guys quite possibly stole the show last month.
That was one hell of a matchup.
And let's talk about what we just saw a moment ago before this. We saw Stephen Lust have his opportunity at the Hype Championship, and he couldn't get the job done. Who's to say that Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon Stephen Brunt doesn't get that opportunity from beating Jamie Tucker right now. 'Cause
Whoa!
I'm not opposed to either of these guys if somebody can get the job done, being next in line.
It's all a matter of who shows up to the dance and, like you said, gets the job done, Commissioner. And Tucker's looking to do just that. He's up at that high-risk district.
He was looking to get him. He was looking to squash him like a bug, but he got his squashed.
You know, I think he might have put the cart before the horse. Whoa!
Oh! Jamie Tucker seated on the top. Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon on the second with the Hurricane Rana. Now he's standing on the second. Missile drop kick. This could be it. Jamie Tucker just rolls the shoulder out. Not a kick out. Rolled the shoulder out. That goes to show you where he's at in this match.
And here's the bit, too. Apple Cinnamon is chomping at the bit for a victory. I feel he might have rushed into that pin a little bit too early. Very deep hook of the leg, but with a misplaced deep hook of the leg, you leave the lateral wide open. That's what took place during that pin.
You're absolutely right, but you can't go wrong with an abdominal stretch, wearing the man down in the center of the ring for everyone to see. Jamie Tucker needs to get that. Took the words out of my mouth, the hip toss. Floors him with the clothesline. Back elbow. Jamie Tucker's cooking. Oh! Stephen Brunt with the kick straight to the gut takes him down.
You don't pan it to the crowd unless you're willing to get bit in the ass, but Tucker is thinking on his feet.
This is the opening that he needs. Picks him up, he's looking for the Benadryller. Hits it, this could be the 3 right here if he can get the cover. Oh, man. Rossi, that brief pause could have just cost him.
Referee Nick Knox continues to enforce his authority here. Watching all the action, surveying it carefully. Apple Cinnamon with the duck under. Counters.
Russian leg sweep in the middle. Not enough, that was close.
And these guys are really starting to wear one another down.
They're bringing it right now.
With every pinfall, the referee's hand gets that much closer to a 3.
He's going for a pile driver, rolls him through. Oh, standing stop, that could be it too. My God, he's floored him. Jamie's feeling it. He's gonna build up that momentum from this capacity crowd. They're losing their freaking shit right now. Whoa! Oh, I've never seen that before.
And Tucker, I don't know what he had in mind, but he just put himself in a very precarious position.
What the hell's
Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon's got.
He's got a megaphone, the megaphone from earlier. That was an interesting way to crotch your opponent, countering the sliced bread.
No! Oh! He's got him!
He threw cinnamon in his eyes! Oh! And Paul drove him in the center of the ring!
Jamie Tucker was blinded. He didn't see it coming!
Holy crap, I can't believe what I just saw.
And very, very underhanded tactics applied here by the Pimp Daddy with a jar full of cinnamon behind the back of our official. He blinds Jamie Tucker and issues out a Jay Driller style driver.
Underhanded tactics, but Bobby Rossi, I finally understand why they call him Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon. And if that's what he's gonna keep doing, it's proven to be effective.
I mean, it's sugar, it's spice, and it ain't nothing nice. Commissioner, you gonna sign off on this?
No, I'm not signing off on it, but the referee clearly did. So if the referee's gonna do it, clearly this is gonna build momentum for him.
Pimp Daddy Apple Cinnamon victorious in singles competition here tonight. You gotta wonder what the board of directors is gonna think of this as they survey it for themselves. Folks, more all jazzed up action to follow.
Can we get somebody to clean this ring up? There's cinnamon everywhere.